Do you know your daily habits are secretly wrecking your kidneys? You'd be shocked how normal routines, like skipping water or overdoing salt, can quietly lead to serious kidney damage. And by the time symptoms show up, it's often too late. Sometimes people lose their kidney. Your kidneys won't speak. They are suffering in silence, but in our presence you don't need to panic. We are here to help you, because in this video we are revealing 16 everyday habits that can destroy your kidneys fast, and how to stop the damage before it's permanent. Without wasting a single second, let's start today's journey with number 16, skipping regular checkups. You can't fix what you don't know is broken, and kidney disease often develops in silence. By the time symptoms like fatigue, swelling, or back pain appear, damage is usually already advanced. That's why skipping regular checkups is one of the most dangerous habits of all. Routine blood pressure and urine tests can catch early signs of kidney strain long before you feel anything. And if you've got risk factors like diabetes, high blood pressure, or a family history of kidney problems, checkups aren't optional. They're your early warning system. What makes it worse is that many people avoid doctors until something feels wrong. But kidney issues rarely shout, they whisper. And without lab work, you won't hear them. Getting your kidney function tested is quick, affordable, and often covered by basic health plans. So why gamble with something this vital? A simple blood test today could save you years of pain, money, and irreversible damage down the line. Number 15, leading a sedentary lifestyle. If you sit all day doesn't just stiffen your back, it's quietly undermining your kidneys. A sedentary lifestyle is strongly linked to obesity, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes, all of which are major threats to kidney health. And the worst part? Most of us don't even realize how inactive we are. When you don't move enough, your metabolism slows, blood flow weakens, and your body becomes less efficient at regulating key systems. That's bad news for kidneys, which depend on healthy blood circulation and fluid balance to do their job. The damage won't happen overnight, but over the years of sitting too much and moving too little, filtration starts to suffer. Waste builds up, blood pressure creeps up, kidneys quietly lose their edge. You don't need a gym membership to fix it. Just stand more, walk more, stretch, and break up long hours of sitting. Your kidneys don't need you to be a marathon runner, they just need you to move. Number 14. Ignoring urinary tract infections, UTIs. That burning sensation or frequent urge to pee? It might seem minor, but ignoring a urinary tract infection can turn into a nightmare for your kidneys. UTIs typically start in the bladder, but if left untreated, the bacteria can climb upward, infecting the kidneys and causing permanent damage. Kidney infections aren't just painful, they can lead to scarring, reduce kidney function, and in some cases cause life-threatening complications like sepsis. Women are especially at risk, but anyone who holds in urine, uses poor hygiene, or ignores symptoms is playing with fire. Antibiotics can usually clear UTIs fast, but only if caught early. The danger comes when people self-diagnose, delay treatment, or let symptoms linger for days. Your kidneys aren't immune fortresses, they're vulnerable to infection, and they won't recover well once injured. So don't tough it out. If your body's signaling something's off, pay attention. Early treatment can save your kidneys from a lifetime of consequences. And now it's time for number 13, using too many supplements. Not all pills are friendly, especially when you're popping multiple vitamins, detox blends, or herbal powders without understanding how they interact. Many supplements are poorly regulated, and some can be outright toxic to your kidneys when taken long-term or in high doses. The worst offenders? High doses of vitamin D, C, or calcium, plus certain herbs like aristolochia, have been directly linked to kidney failure. Even natural doesn't mean safe, especially when your kidneys are the ones responsible for filtering all those compounds out of your system. Stacking too many supplements creates a chemical overload. Your kidneys don't get a choice, they just deal with whatever you send their way. And with time, that can lead to nephropathy or permanent scarring. So don't fall into the more is better trap. Always research what you're taking. Stick to what's necessary, and always consult a doctor before adding anything new. Your kidneys are already doing enough. Don't turn them into a pharmacy dumpster. Number 12. Overdoing protein supplements. If you're not careful, you're feeding a dangerous trend, especially when your kidneys are left to clean up the mess. Most people think more protein equals more muscle, but excess supplementation can push your kidneys into overdrive. Your body only uses what it needs, the rest, it gets filtered out. But that constant excess can raise urea levels, acid load, and the risk of dehydration, all of which put serious strain on your filtration system. Over time, it increases your risk for kidney dysfunction, especially if you're already prone to issues or have borderline high blood pressure. It's even worse if you're mixing multiple powders, skipping meals, or doubling doses for a gain shortcut. Your kidneys were made to filter natural nutrients, not processed isolates, every few hours. Protein isn't bad. Reckless overconsumption is. If your goal is long-term health, remember muscle gains should never come at the cost of your kidneys. Number 11, eating too much meat. Meat may be packed with protein, but when consumed in excess, it becomes a burden your kidneys weren't built for. High-protein diets, especially those heavy in red or processed meat, create more acid in your blood, forcing your kidneys to work overtime just to maintain balance. That pressure can cause inflammation in your kidneys' filtering units, slowly wearing them down. You'll never notice it right away. There's no flashing light or obvious pain, but over time, filtration drops and toxins start building up. Too much animal protein also raises your risk of kidney stones, especially if you're not staying well hydrated. And once stones form, they don't just hurt, they also put your kidneys through trauma that can leave lasting scars. Balance is everything. You don't need to give up meat entirely, but adding more plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and tofu can reduce the load. Your kidneys aren't anti-protein, they're anti-overload. Alright, let's move to number 10. Drinking too much alcohol. You already know alcohol hits the liver hard, but your kidneys get caught in the crossfire too. See, alcohol is a major dehydrator. It strips fluids from your body, which leaves your kidneys struggling to filter out toxins with nothing to work with. Repeated dehydration? That's a shortcut to long-term kidney damage. It gets worse when drinking becomes frequent. Alcohol also disrupts hormones that regulate kidney function and blood pressure. This combo throws your filtration system into chaos, eventually leading to high blood pressure, protein in the urine, or full-blown kidney disease. And no, moderation isn't a magic shield. If you're regularly binge drinking or mixing alcohol with over-the-counter meds like NSAIDs, you're stacking harm on an organ that never takes a break. Your kidneys can't process poison endlessly. So, if happy hour becomes a habit, the consequences will eventually show up. Just not where you expect. If you value your filter system, skip that extra shot. Number 9. Ignoring high blood pressure. High blood pressure is like a silent wrecking ball for your kidneys. You won't feel it creeping in, but it's one of the biggest culprits behind kidney failure worldwide. Your kidneys filter blood through a network of delicate vessels. When blood pressure stays high for too long, those vessels weaken, scar, and eventually shut down. The problem? Most people don't know their blood pressure is even high. There are no loud alarms or painful symptoms in the beginning. Meanwhile, your kidneys are getting hammered with every heartbeat. Over time, your filtration rate drops. Waste builds up in your blood. Protein leaks into your urine. And once the damage is done, you can't just undo it. So don't wait for symptoms. Get your blood pressure checked regularly. Manage it with proper diet, movement, stress control, and yes, medication if needed. Your kidneys can only take so much pressure before they break. Give them the relief they deserve. If you are enjoying the video, then hit the like button and check out the next one, that is number 8. Consuming too much sugar. Sugar doesn't just threaten your waistline, it's your kidney's worst frenemy. Too much sugar leads to insulin resistance, then diabetes, and diabetes is the top cause of kidney failure, hands down. The constant sugar spikes damage tiny blood vessels in your kidneys, making it harder for them to filter properly. But here's the trap. Sugar is everywhere, not just in cookies or soda, but hidden in healthy granola bars, salad dressings, and even bread. And all that sneaky sugar adds up fast. Once your blood sugar stays elevated, your kidneys start leaking protein, a red flag that their filters are failing. Over time, you lose filtration ability, toxins build up, and you're stuck in a downward spiral. Want to break the chain? Read your labels. Cut sugary drinks. Switch to whole, unprocessed food. A little awareness goes a long way in keeping your kidneys alive and kicking, because your sweet tooth isn't worth a lifetime of dialysis. Number 7. Lack of sleep. Think sleep is just for rest? Your kidneys would argue otherwise. During deep sleep, your body resets critical hormones that control blood pressure, metabolism, and immune response, all of which directly affect kidney function. Skimp on sleep and those systems fall out of balance. Chronic sleep deprivation increases inflammation and elevates blood pressure. It also messes with insulin sensitivity, raising your risk for diabetes. And if you've been paying attention, that's a triple threat for kidney damage. The issue is that poor sleep doesn't just happen overnight. It becomes a lifestyle: late night scrolling, caffeine overload, irregular schedules, and your kidneys quietly absorb the consequences. You might not feel it now, but the damage builds slowly until there's no turning back. So fix your sleep hygiene. Set a schedule, ditch the phone before bed. Respect rest like your life depends on it, because when it comes to kidney health, it does. Number 6. Holding in urine. Holding your pee might seem like no big deal until it becomes a habit. When you ignore the urge repeatedly, you create a pressure cooker inside your bladder. Over time, this stress can back up into your kidneys, causing infections, stones, or even long-term structural damage. Here's how it happens: urine that just sits around becomes a breeding ground for bacteria. If those bugs travel up the urinary tract, they can infect the kidneys. And untreated kidney infections? They're no joke. Some lead to scarring, sepsis, or permanent failure. People often hold it in during meetings, long drives, or because they're just too busy. But your kidneys don't understand convenience. They only feel the pressure. So don't ignore nature's call. Give your bladder regular breaks. Emptying it on time is one of the simplest, most underrated ways to protect your kidneys from self-inflicted harm. And now we are going to Number 5. Not drinking enough water. Your kidneys are the body's filtration system, but without water, that system dries up, literally. Every single cell in your body relies on hydration, and your kidneys use water to flush out waste, toxins, and excess salts. When you don't drink enough, those harmful substances start building up in your blood. A slow and silent assault on your kidney tissue. Many people only drink water when they're thirsty, but thirst is a delayed alarm. By the time your body feels it, dehydration has already begun. And if you're loading up on coffee, soda, or energy drinks instead of water, it gets worse. These drinks act as diuretics, forcing your kidneys to work even harder with less fuel. Over time, that chronic strain can lead to kidney stones, infections, or worse, permanent kidney damage. Number 4. Consuming too much salt. Salt might make your fries taste better, but your kidneys hate it. Here's why: your kidneys are responsible for regulating sodium levels in your blood. When you eat too much salt, they get overwhelmed trying to flush the excess out, and that raises your blood pressure, putting them under even more stress. You might not even realize how much salt you're taking in. It's not just the salt shaker, it's hidden in canned foods, frozen meals, chips, fast food, sauces, and even healthy snacks. Over time, high sodium levels stiffen blood vessels, reduce kidney function, and increase your risk of kidney failure. Kidney damage from salt isn't dramatic or obvious. It sneaks up gradually until one day your blood pressure spikes, your ankles swell, or your doctor mentions the phrase chronic kidney disease. All because of what's on your plate. Choose fresh over processed. Season with herbs instead of salt. Your taste buds will adjust, and your kidneys will thank you. Number 3. Overusing painkillers. NSAIDs. Pop a painkiller for a headache, sore back, or cramps? That's fine. Once in a while, if NSAIDs like ibuprofen or naproxen are your go-to solution for every little ache, you're hurting more than helping. These drugs reduce the blood flow to your kidneys and interfere with their ability to function properly, especially if used frequently or at high doses. You might feel fine while your kidneys are under constant chemical attack. Over time, this can reduce filtration ability and lead to chronic kidney disease or even acute kidney failure in severe cases. If you're already dehydrated, sick, or dealing with high blood pressure, the risk doubles. What's even worse is people mixing different NSAIDs or using them long-term without telling their doctor. It's not harmless, it's stacking stress on an organ that never stops working for you. For now, we are moving to Number 2. Eating processed foods. If your pantry is packed with instant noodles, deli meats, boxed snacks, and frozen dinners, your kidneys are probably not doing great. Processed foods are loaded with sodium, phosphates, artificial additives, and unhealthy fats, all of which pile extra pressure on your kidneys with every bite. Phosphates especially are a hidden danger. Found in preservatives and food enhancers, they damage kidney tissue over time and aren't listed clearly on most labels. Combine that with high sodium, and your kidneys are working double time just to keep your system balanced. You don't have to cut out everything, but awareness is everything. Choose fresh vegetables, fruits, and whole grains whenever possible. Limit fast food and canned goods. If the ingredient list looks like a chemistry lab experiment, your kidneys won't be happy processing it. Number 1. Smoking. Lighting up doesn't just damage your lungs or heart, it's also silently wrecking your kidneys. Cigarette smoke hardens arteries and restricts blood flow, which directly affects how well your kidneys can filter your blood. They rely on a constant, steady stream of oxygen-rich blood to function. Starve them of that, and damage sets in fast. And if you're already dealing with high blood pressure or diabetes, smoking accelerates both, making your kidneys the biggest collateral damage in the process. Even light or social smoking adds up. There's no safe level of exposure when it comes to kidney health. What makes it worse is how little people associate smoking with kidney disease. Most think lungs and heart, but your kidneys are just as vulnerable. The decline can be slow, but it's steady, and often irreversible. Now that you know how small daily habits can quietly wear down your kidneys, it's time to take action. Your kidneys aren't dramatic. They won't scream when things go wrong. They'll just keep pushing through until the damage is done. That's why it's so important to make mindful choices now, not later. Start with the simple stuff. Drink more water, cut back on salt and sugar, move your body, and pay attention to what you're putting into it. These aren't huge life changes, they're small shifts that protect you in the long run. And if something ever feels off, like unusual fatigue, swelling, or changes in urination, don't guess. Get it checked. We hope this video helped you spot habits you can tweak right away. If it did, drop a like, subscribe for more health tips, and share this with someone who needs it. This video is based on widely available information and is meant to inform, not replace medical advice. If you're feeling unwell or notice anything strange, consult a healthcare professional and take care of yourself so your body parts don't leave you alone.